Hello world, hola todo el mundo, this is Dr. Ken, this is June 21st, 2023, hoy es el 21 de junio 2022, 23, lo siento, pero aquí, bueno, this is, this is about Daffy today, okay? So if you remember my first little 1 minute video, whatever, and I had the ducklings in my hand, okay? So they felt one duckling fit into my hand. Now I don't know how long it's been because we can check the dates on my videos, but this is Daffy now. Look at how enormous he is. There's three of them this size. Remember, one of them died. I originally had four. And he's enormous. I'm saying he. I don't really know whether this is a he or a she yet because we won't know till the feathers come in. But I want to point out some things right here. Hey, Daffy. So he's really used I'm holding these ducklings twice a day to get them socialized. See how calm he is? They weren't this calm when I originally showed you my videos. He's a teenager right now. And how can you tell he's a teenager? Well, a lot of feathers are coming in, and he's looking really scraggly and around the edges, and just he looks like a wreck, right? Now, if you remember, and this is like directed toward young men because I was a young man once. You know, young men are sort of klutzy, and I would walk into furniture, and luckily my uncles would say, "Hey, we went through this stage. We're growing into our bodies. Our bodies are growing fast, and so we were a little dorky, walking into things, klutzy." And my uncles would say, "Oh, don't worry. We all went through this. You'll grow out of it, and you'll become accustomed. You'll grow into your body, so to speak." This is true for animals as well. So he or she is a teenager, looking pretty, rough around the edges because going through a lot of transitions. I don't mean to, overly anthropomorphize this, but it's rough being a teenager as humans. I suppose it's a little rough being a teenager if you're a duck. And let's get a foot. His chest is growing. Whether this is a male or a female, he'll get bigger, right? Calmer. This is from me socializing them, handling them. And I'm going to show you the wings because the first that came in, the tail feathers, again, he looks like a wreck right now. But he's going to look really good when he gets fully feathered. Because, you got half fuzz and you got half, here the tail feathers came in first. That's what happens with birds. And then we're getting a lot of wing feathers coming in, eh? And then you get the feathers on the chest. I don't know why chickens do this too when you raise chicks. The chest feathers come in, one of the first sets to come in. And this fuzz, this is true for chicks as well, chickens, that the fuzz stuff near the back will come off last. And the ducks, from what I understand, they're going to drown if you put them in the water with no feathers. I think that this duck would be fine if I got a pond for him right now, which I'm not going to do because I'm getting ready for Europe. But after I get back from Europe, I'm going to build a big old bear-proof, predator-proof poultry yard for ducks, and I'll get chickens and geese. And he'll have a proper home. Right now he's in a tank. But what I was going to say is that I still have the heat lamp with the ducks. Why? Because they do need heat. And now when they're fully feathered, I take the light out. The heat lamp leaves once you get fully feathered. And, he'll be good to go as far as Michigan winters. It's amazing, these ducks and chicks and goslings, because we think of warmth as furry animals, lots of fur. But in fact, these feathered creatures here are beloved poultry. The feathers are great insulators. There's a layer of air between the skin and the feathers. And the way the feathers sort of aerodynamically fuse, they curve around the body. It makes it almost an airtight pocket of air between the feathers and the skin. It's a great insulation device. In much the same way, I used to be a Naui scuba diver in California just for about 2 or 3 years. It wasn't a long time thing. But one thing I learned is that because the Pacific Ocean is really cold, I mean, it's freezing cold. And if you're a Michigander, what can I compare it to? Lake Superior. If you're a Michigander and you go up to Lake Superior and you put your foot in the water, it is poltergeist cold to Lake Superior. The same is true of Pacific Ocean. So what you do is you get yourself a scuba gear, a wetsuit, and at first you jump in the Pacific. I'm sure this is true of Lake Superior. You get your wetsuit on and you jump in the water. And again, it's poltergeist cold. It will knock the bejesus out of you. It's just, and in a matter of just a few short minutes, if you can endure it in the Pacific Ocean, that layer of water warms up to your body temperature, and then you have the whatever the wetsuit is made of, the black material, and then that becomes, it's not the wetsuit that's keeping you warm in the cold water, eh? It is the layer, it's the warm pocket of water that envelopes your body. So I'm trying to draw an analogy here with the ducks, or the chicks and the goslings, with the poultry, is that it's not necessarily the feathers that are keeping them warm. It's that the feathers contain this pocket of air between the skin and the feathers. And that's why you'll see these animals up here in the magnificent north, in the cold, in the snow, walking around like it's nothing, because having feathers is an amazing sort of body, and it keeps them cool too. It keeps them cool in the winter. It's amazing. The summer, it's amazing how these feathers work. So it's been 6 minutes. You're going to say bye, Daffy? Look at Daffy. Look at how calm he is now that he's gotten older. He's used to me handling him. See? I can grab his wings. At first, he would create a big ruckus whenever I handled him. I tried to touch him in all the different parts of his body to get him adjusted to human handling. This is what you do with animals. Aiden and Paige, I have some smaller ducks named Aiden and Paige. You saw that video. Aiden and Paige are real life kids that are in my life, but they're in Idaho. They're a long way away. We were neighbors in California. And Aiden and Paige would take their rabbits to the county fairs and whatnot. And what they would do, you know how schizo rabbits are. So one of the things you do to qualify and to win ribbons at the fairs with the rabbits is you're handling the rabbits in such a way regularly, often. You're touching all the parts of their body, and you can flip them over on their back, and the rabbits become very calm. And that's one mark of showmanship, that you've handled and socialized these rabbits. And I once was at a fair and saw Paige handling her rabbit. It was amazing. The rabbit was so docile. Rabbits are not naturally docile. They don't want to be handled. The same thing with this duck, right? And so, okay, guys, we're going to say goodbye to the camera. And y'all have a good June 21st, 2023. And ciao.